Hey friends, I just want to come back here for a few minutes and just encourage you through a dream that I had. Now, not every dream comes from God, okay? Some dreams can literally come from the enemy, okay? And the enemy can come to scare you, he can come to discourage you and make you feel threatened. He can mock you in dreams. And I just want to give you an example. So, I fell asleep for probably about, I don't know, 30 to 45 minutes because I didn't get enough sleep last night. And I had a dream that I was in church with my brother. Actually, my brother and my future husband were in a room. And my brother was mocking me in a dream. He was mocking me to my future husband here, my kingdom spouse here. And then I had my dog. I was showing my dog off to some other people. And then my husband and I, my hubby and I, we were walking out together. We were walking out together in the parking lot. And then all of a sudden he gets into the wrong vehicle. And then he puts his blanket around him. And I'm laughing at him because I'm like, hey, you're in the wrong vehicle here, you know. So I'm laughing. And then that was basically the dream here. So basically what you can gather from that dream is when you are being belittled and mocked in a dream, that's the enemy right there. Because does God do that? God does not mock you. He's loving. And the fact that somebody else in my dream was mocking me and making fun of me, that's not from the Lord. And my spouse getting into another vehicle and wrapping a blanket around him, the enemy was trying to throw at me that basically my spouse was going to go find comfort in someone else. That's what the other car represented. The blanket is comforting, right? When you put a blanket around you, it's comforting. But no, he was getting into another vehicle, putting a blanket around him. So that's what the enemy was trying to tell me in the dream. And when I woke up, it took me a minute to just kind of put the pieces together here. And then I'm like telling the enemy, you know what? This is what he does. When you are getting closer and closer to the full manifestation of the promise, when you and your spouse are coming closer together, the enemy wants to throw things at you to try and to derail you. Like, whoa, hey, I thought things were going great between my spouse and I. Like, where's this dream coming from? That's a red flag there. You have to test everything and realize that not everything is from God, that sometimes the enemy, he really tries to get a foothold. He tries to get you and your spouse to divide. So that's why he sends distractions. Other people can be a distraction. The enemy can use other people as a distraction to pull you and your spouse apart. So you got to be mindful of that. And you got to remove those distractions because your spouse is a priority. And you need to prioritize them. Okay? So maybe you're in a marriage already and you are waiting for your reconciliation with your spouse here. You have to prioritize them and not let other people come in between you and your spouse coming together. And even if you're not married now, the same thing. They are your spouse. They are your person. And when the Lord is opening up communication and time for you to spend together, you can't let the enemy use other people to distract you, to cause you two not to come together, and to cause you two not to communicate, and to cause you two not spend time together. So you got to recognize those things and not let the enemy come between you two, because you two are a match from heaven, and you have to cherish that and value that and make time for one another and communicate with one another and build, because it's a beautiful thing when it's orchestrated by God. So I hope that this encourages you, but just recognize that not every dream is from the Lord. The devil can throw those things in there too, but you got to test everything. Because when God shows you something over and over again and he confirms it to you, and the devil tries to tell you the opposite, don't listen to the devil, because he's a liar. Liar, liar, pants on fire. They're going to be on fire. See you next time. I love you all.